நாவல் ஸ்டோரிஸ், புக் ரீடிங் வீடியோஸ், நிறைய இன்ஃபர்மேட்டிவான வீடியோஸ்லாம் வரப்போகுது. அதனால் நம்ம சேனலை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. குட்டீஸ்க்கெலாம் நம்ம சேனல் ரொம்ப நல்லா பிடிக்கும். அதனால் நீங்கள் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணாதான் நம்ம சேனலில் வர வீடியோஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். நோட்டிஃபிகேஷனையும் பெல் பட்டனையும் அழுத்தி வச்சுக்கோங்க. நான் சேனலில் போடுற ஸ்டோரிஸ், வீடியோஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருந்துச்சுன்னா லைக் பண்ணுங்கள். உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸோடு கண்டிப்பாக ஷேர் பண்ணணும். தேங்க்யூ. Hi cuties, hope you are doing good. Today we are going to start reading one book. I hope this book will be interesting to hear. The book title is Interesting Science Experiments. You can see the book that is displayed on this video. Come on, let's start reading. Hope you enjoy it. There are 8 chapters in this book. Chapter 1 is air. Before going into the chapter, they have given some introduction. So I'm going to start reading that. Please watch carefully. Hope you are listening. The introduction given in this book, Interesting Science Experiment, is like learn science through experiments. We are all living in scientific age. Unless we know science, we cannot progress. Science is the basic for development. Science has entered in almost all walks of life. Science is the systematic study of subject. A school-going student has to show keen interest in knowing science subject. In our daily life, we may observe how science has influenced. From morning till night, we use many equipments. They are all the result of scientific invention and discoveries. Kitchenwares, refrigerators, mixer, grinder, electric heater, immersion heater or boiler, radio, TV, video, washing machine, phone, mobile phone, car, scooter, geyser, toothpaste, etc. All these are used in every house. So, science and scientific instruments have made a revolution. In the advanced days of 21st century, perhaps there is no office or house without a computer. Even a small boy of 3 years age knows what is computer. This is one approach to know science and technology. But how to know science as subject? This is through experiment, of course. In the daily used many item, one may try to understand on which scientific principle an equipment or instrument works. The other hand, an easiest approach to know science is basically through experiment. A scientist do his research conducting number of experiments. Roentgen discovered X-rays after several experiments only. That too, he was at the time unable to know what rays he has discovered, so he named them X-rays. Three things are found much useful and important in knowing science. They are experiment, number 2, observation, number 3, inference. After conducting an experiment, a scientist observes the result. Finally, he conducts and states the principle. Science is truth. Anybody can do an experiment provided he has a few material to do the exercise. When a person or a student does experiment himself, he will be anxious to know the scientific subject more and more. The best method to know science better is by doing small experiment. In many high school, the teachers every year arrange science exhibition and allows students to demonstrate the experiments themselves. Naturally, students should earn the capacity to conduct few experiments themselves. Here in this book, nearly 60 experiments has been described. All these are small experiments and can be conducted independently. The material required are found easily. After doing the experiment, one has to write down the details of the experiment. Then a student will be able to know the science in the science is not a tough subject and it aims is to find out the truth. Chapter 1, Air. Air is around us everywhere. Without air we cannot breathe. The air we breathe should be pure. It should not be polluted. We can only experience the existence of air. We cannot see it. Many times we say there is no air, but we cannot live long if there is no air. The chief gas in the air is oxygen. There is nitrogen also. We may know many properties of air by doing small experiments. First one, air moves. We know that air is everywhere. We can experience the existence of air only when it is in motion. Air may travel slow or fast. Air in motion is called. When air travels from one place to another place, the wind blows. The speed of the wind and the direction depends upon the air pressure and the atmosphere. When air travels with little speed, you might have observed that the leaves of the tree shakes. But if the air travels with no speed, there is every possibility of danger, as there will be a storm or cyclone. Suppose the movement of air is 5 km per hour. There would be light air. If the speed is 100 to 180 km per hour, the result is severe cyclone. The speed of air can rotate a wind wheel. The speed of air can rotate a wind wheel. The wheel starts rotating on its own when air is blown towards it. Hold a handmade wind wheel 2 feet above burning stove. The air above expands on heating. The molecule of air gets dispersed and air becomes light. The portion of air that does not come in contact with heat remains heavy and pushes the warm and light air up. Thus, a cyclonic motion is created and imparts speed to air. Wind power today is the source of energy or electricity. Air in motion is used enormously to generate power. Air has weight. You need two balloons, one string and stick of about 3 feet long. You need two balloons, one string and one stick of about 3 feet long. Tie the string exactly at the middle point of the stick. Hang the stick so that it remains in the horizontal position. Inflate the two balloons equally well and tie the balloon with string. Tie the balloon to the stick, keeping one at each end, and bring the stick to the horizontal position. Now carefully prick one of the balloon with air with a pin. Naturally, the balloon would burst with the sound and the air in it would escape. This makes the stick to float on one side because of the weight of the balloon is drawn towards earth. This proves that air has weight. As the air in the other balloon is removed, it does not contribute to keep the stick in horizontal position. 3. Air exerts pressure. The atmosphere air pressure is 760 millimeter of the mercury. Atmosphere is the blanket of air that envelops the earth. It covers both the land surface and water surface on every inch of earth surface and the water surface or on every inch of earth surface. With above 15 pounds weight or on every square meter area with 1 kilogram weight air or atmosphere pressure persists. The force that works in a specific area is called pressure. Take a glass of drinking water, put a straw A and B into it. Bring the free end of the straw A to your mouth end, such the air inside it. Suck the air inside it. That is, you are sucking part of air into your mouth. When you do so, while the part of air is in the straw reaches your mouth, the air outside the straw starts putting pressure on the drink. It will do so to fill vacuum created when you suck air with the straw. This continues till there is water in glass. The second straw B lying in the glass remains unfilled by the drink as the varying air pressure is not exerted on it. We are moving on to the next heading. 4:1 Air expands when heated. When you heat any object, it expands or enlarges. This principle applies to air also. All that you need is a glass flask, a balloon, a flame. Match the mouth of a balloon to the mouth of the flask. Make sure that the balloon has no hole. There is air in the flask. Heat the flask at the bottom using the flame. The bottom of the flask gets heated and the air enters the balloon and slowly the balloon inflates. That is, the air in the flask is expanded. There will be additional air in the flask which enters the balloon and the balloon is inflated. Now allow the flask to cool. The air inside contracts. The balloon will be as before. This experiment shows that air expands when heated. Fifth one, air rushes towards an area of low pressure. Air travels from high pressure area to low pressure area. To know the quality of you do this experiment. Take an empty and lengthy bottle. Blow air into the bottle as much as you can and hold your palm at the mouth so that the air does not come out. Let your mouth be away from the bottle. Now you are sure that there is high pressure air in the bottle and it is scaled. Bring the bottle near a burning candle. Keep the mouth of the bottle about 2 inches in distance from the flame. Suddenly you remove the palm that you have pressed the mouth of the bottle. The flame gets extinguished due to the ingress of force air. There was high pressure at the bottle. There was a less pressure in the atmosphere. The air travels towards low pressure area. I repeat, take an empty and lengthy bottle, blow air into the bottle as much as you can and hold your palm at the mouth so that the air does not come out. Let your mouth be away from the bottle. Now you are sure that there is high pressure air in the bottle and it is scaled. Bring the bottle near a burning candle. Keep the mouth of the bottle about 2 inches distance from the flame. Suddenly remove the palm that you have pressed. Suddenly remove the palm that you have pressed the mouth of the bottle. The flame gets extinguished due to the ingress of forced air. There was a high pressure in the bottle. There was less pressure in the atmosphere. The air travels towards the low pressure area. Sixth one. How air is polluted? Air pollution is the greatest enemy of health. Automobiles emit huge smoke that spoils one's health because air that is inhaled gets polluted. It has become very difficult in big city as there will be a big industries and automobiles. Pure air is not available there. The smoke emitted by chimney of the industries and automobiles exhaust contains poisonous gas which are hazardous to health. The following instruments will enable you to know how air gets polluted. Take 2 white sheets of square shape. Also take 2 square shaped little big sized cardboard. Paste up the white sheet on each cardboard. Keep one cardboard outside the house. Let the other cardboard be inside your house. After 4 hours, examine both the white sheet with the help of magnifying glass. You don't find any such changes on the white sheet kept inside the house. You do not find any such changes on the white sheet kept inside the house. Whereas you are going to observe a few small black particles on the white sheet kept outside the house. These particles are due to air pollution. Outside air is polluted. The air is enveloped by dust and smoke. Seventh title. Rust. Rust is the result of oxidation. Rust is the result of oxidation. Take an iron piece. Keep the iron piece in the moist air. You know there is an oxygen in air. Iron act with oxygen, and you observe red powder on the piece or reddish brown coated on its surface. It is called rust. You may examine the iron piece dipped in water or keeping in moist atmosphere. Oxidation means the process of mixing with air. Fe, iron, plus O, oxygen, gives FeO. Iron catches rust. Rusting is the oxidation of iron which takes place when oxygen reacts with moist iron. There is no rusting without oxygen. 8. Hot air is light and cold air is heavy. Air when heated becomes light. Take 2 paper bag which are identical. Hang the bag at the both end of a stick. The open faces of the bag should point downwards. Hang stick from the center such that it takes a horizontal position. Say parallel to earth. Keeping the stick stationary. Hold the candle under one of the bag, taking care that either of the bag catches fire while burning. After a short while, you will see the other end which you are holding the candle starts going up, because as the air in the bag gets heated up, it becomes lighter, whereas the other side becomes, because of cold air, it is heavier. Naturally, the bag on the other side comes down. So hot air is light and cold air is heavy. Let's see chapter 2 water in next video.